Hi guys! So, alright, like, this is different. Kind of. I'm still in my room, but there's like lights everywhere, and I'm like closer to the camera because here's the deal. Just like real quick before we even get into this. I used to just like sit at a weird angle to my desk, so I have like a desk and then I have drawers on this side, and I had to like sit all like cattywampus, and my leg kept like hitting the edge of the desk, which was like uncomfortable, but I was dealing with it because, you know, the angle was okay. And today it's just like really rainy and whatever. And when I sit not straight on, like straight at my desk, it's too dark. Like it's too dark. So I changed the way I'm sitting. So like now I have like stuff in the background, but like I cleaned it up, so it's not like crazy. And I have a light on there, and then I have an overhead light on like that's back there, because honestly the back wall was blue, like blue. When I like turned it on to like see what was going on, it was straight up blue. But yeah, so I think this is what we're gonna be doing from now on. Honestly, it's just like more comfortable for me, and I'm not really bothered by this light. If you are, sorry, but like I'm not bothered by it, and it makes everything look a little bit better. I'm sitting like right at my desk like I should be. I'm closer to the camera. I mean, I'm like right next to the camera. But like the camera's pointing directly at me. It would be easier if I needed to like have a mirror and all that stuff. I feel like I have to sneeze. Is it going away? Oh. I hate that. I hate when sneezes get like stuck in your face. But yeah, so basically, yeah, I'm sitting right at my desk. This is probably what it's gonna look like from now on, with the lights on and everything, probably, because it just like brightens up the back and makes it not look so, again, it was like blue, like very, like the background looked very blue. Like I don't even know if I could fix it in like the editing. But everything's pretty true to color. Like this is what I look like, I think. I'm like looking in my mirror. I'm pretty sure this is what my face looks like. The colors look fine. This is a bright lip. It is the Maybelline Loaded Bolds in the shade Orange Danger, which looks like this. We're only 2 minutes. We're already 2 minutes in, but like we'll get there. We'll get into the video. But this is the color. I bought it because Emily Noel just did a video about like favorite corals and orange like lipsticks and stuff like that. So I kind of wanted one, but I didn't really know which one to get. Hold up, my nose is running. All right, that's better. But she did like a video about her, like her favorite like coral and orange lipsticks, and this was one of them, and it's like straight up orange, you can see, but like I wanted an orange lipstick, and this one is good. Like I'm looking at myself. I don't know why I'm looking at myself in my mirror when like there's a little viewfinder thingy right there. But I like it, and I like have no eyeshadow on. All I have is like nothing. I just like blocked out like the darkness on my eyelids and the veins and whatever. I have like a brow bone highlight and inner corner highlight, but besides that there's nothing, and a bright lip, and I think that's what we're going to be doing a lot this summer. Like minimal, if makeup at all. I mean, like I'll be wearing makeup, but we're in an interesting situation where my husband has off this summer for the most part, so it's the only time this is ever gonna happen, and we're gonna like take advantage of it. So if we have to like get out of the house, and I'm not gonna sit here and like waste time, no eye makeup, just mascara and just like a bright ass lip. I think that's what we're gonna do a lot this summer. But okay, listen, this is not what this is about. So 4 minutes later, this video is about the E.L.F. Flawless Finish Foundation. This is what it looks like. I actually have two colors. Packaging is a little bit different. I mean, the packaging is different. The front looks different. This one I got at Target, and this one I got off the E.L.F. website, in case you were curious. But it's basically just going to be like my thoughts on the foundation, and I'll show you like me putting it on. I recorded that previously. I'll show you me putting it on, just my thoughts. I'll show you some swatches. I have two different colors, like I just said. They're the two lightest colors. One was like the lightest color for a while, and the new, when they extended like the line, I have like the new lightest color, which is the one I'm wearing, which is the one that matches me currently, probably, unless I get real tan this summer, which I don't see happening, but we'll see. Anyway, so these are the colors I have. I have the shade Light Ivory, and I have the shade Porcelain, which is now called Natural. Okay, so they changed the color. So the previous lightest shade was called Porcelain, but they changed it to Natural, and now the current lightest shade is Light Ivory. So there's 10 shades in their line, which is like, all right, but not also good. Like I'm looking at the little swatches on like my phone online. And like even this darkest one, which is called Espresso, looks real light still. So I mean, I feel like that's pretty typical. And it sucks. My nose is so itchy. Why is it always, it gets itchy when I talk? I don't know what that's about. And sorry, I keep touching my hair. It's like wet and I don't know what to do with it. There's 10 colors, which like isn't great. Obviously, there's way more than 10 skin tones, and the deepest one is not deep at all. So this is obviously for if you can find your color. I would recommend this foundation, but I feel like that's for any foundation. Like, if you have your color, if like your color is here, then try it because it's $6. It's $6, and why not? Basically, that's my thought on it. So let me swatch these real fast, just so you can like see the color. I just knocked my lipstick. So you can start to see the color difference. So this first one, well, not the first one. Like I'm just gonna swatch them next to each other. So again, these are the shades Light Ivory and previously Porcelain, now Natural. All right, let's get some swatches going. Wipe my hand off. Can I just tell you real fast how good it is to be filming a video with glasses on? The last 3, well, not counting like this past one, but when I did like Easy Eye Week, I filmed without my glasses on, obviously, because I'm doing my eye makeup and I can't see anything. It is great being able to see and knowing I'm in focus and knowing it looks good and not having to stress about it. But okay, here are the swatches. Let's focus this baby. Okay, so this one over here is going to be Light Ivory. This is the lightest shade that exists now. It's one of their newer shades when they extended the line. So this is Light Ivory. And then this is the shade Porcelain or Natural. Now it's called Natural. This is one that was previously called Porcelain. But as you can see, like this one is not like, it's not that light. Like it's really not. This one's pretty good. Obviously there's people who are a lot fairer than this, but as far as like a decent light shade, it's not bad. This was not a good like lightest shade in the line, so I'm glad that they decided to add this one in. But let's wipe these swatches off now. And yeah, okay, so like I said, there's 10 shades, not great. Deepest shades don't go really dark, so I can't help that, but if you can't find your right color, that sucks, and I understand. But all right, so the packaging is great. I mean, like, look, like it comes in like these glass bottles, glass, like these heavy, like pretty weighted glass bottles. It looks sort of like the NARS foundations. Like that's what it reminds me of. Again, with the black cap, and it has the pump, which is awesome. Yeah, and it's $6, which I did say already. I already said that. And it's a great price. I mean, I like the foundation. I'll get into why I like it and specifics, but the fact that it's $6 and you can get it from the drugstore is awesome. Like, I'm not just like, oh, this is good because it's $6. No, it's good because it's good, and it also just happens to be $6, which is like a friggin' plus. Okay, so there is SPF in this. SPF 15. Is there flashback? I don't know. Like, should I take a picture just to see? Like, I don't think there is. I don't think so, but like, let's just in case. I will take a picture right now with my phone to see if there's any flashback. See? I really don't think there is, but let me just like hold it pretty far away because it's awkward. Ooh, I look kind of drunk in this picture. Ooh, we gotta take another one. My face looks a little lighter, but it's not too bad. I'm trying to hold it like far away because how often are you I look crazy in this picture. I'll insert it somewhere, like right here somewhere. How often are you like taking pictures this close to your face with the flash on? Like, of course you're gonna look blown out. But it looks like there's a little bit of a white cast. It's not anything ridiculous. I'm not like, oh, my face looks like a ghost. No, I mean, more like a ghost than usual. So there's maybe a little bit of bounce, a little bit of flashback, but nothing too terrible. Again, the picture went in. You can judge for yourself. If it's too much for you, then there you go. There is like a scent that it has to it, which I noticed a lot more in the beginning, and honestly, it's not anything bad. It's not floral or anything. Not that floral is bad, but it's not like a bad smell. It's not flowery. It just sort of smells like makeup, like a makeup smell. And also maybe like a little bit like sunscreen. That's what I think of when I smell it. Again, nothing bad, and it does dissipate. It's not like hanging around all day, for me at least. But that's not really like it's not like an issue, the lingering of the smell. But there is a smell. And to me, it smells like sunscreen. So if you were interested, there's that. Okay, we're back. I totally just like forgot to do something, but it's fine. We're good. So I'm just gonna jump into like the demo real fast and like show you what's happening. This is like seriously what's happening right now. Usually I would like if I have like a cut, I'll put it into iMovie first, and then I'll like edit that little part down and then talk through it and yada yada yada. And I totally forgot to do that. So now I'm kind of like just doing it on the fly. Okay, I'm ready now. let's do it. So this is the foundation. Like I already showed you the packaging. What is in my eye? I already showed you the packaging and the glass bottle, the pump, which is great. So to apply it, I'm just going to take 2 pumps right on the back of my hand. And I'm going to show you in a second, but you can see that it's a thicker foundation. It's not runny. It's not liquidy. It's not going to like run down my hand. So that's like the 2 pump amount. But see, it's like standing up on my hand. This is what happens when you can't see the screen. But it is a thicker foundation. Doesn't really feel moussey. It's just like has a thicker consistency. You can see it's like peeking on my finger. But I'm going to show you 1/2 of my face first. So I'm going to like just dot it all around like I am right now. And then I'm going to use a damp sponge. This is the Real Techniques Miracle. The Real Techniques Miracle Complexion Sponge. I use this to apply like all of my foundations. I use a sponge like all of the time because I just like the way it applies it better. Or I just like the way it applies it more. I think it applies it better on my skin. But I'm just like pressing this all over my face, obviously, to blend in the foundation. And there's 1/2 of my face done. You can see it pretty much just like evened out my skin tone. It didn't do anything like crazy. It's not super full coverage. I would say if anything, it is light to medium coverage. So now I'm taking whatever I had left on the back of my hand and I'm dotting it on the other side of my face. And then I'm just doing the same thing. Going in with my Miracle Complexion Sponge and blending that all in. Okay, so that is 2 pumps. Oh, that was nice. That synced up. That was very synced up. That's 2 pumps on all of my face, but you can see I still have like a blemish that is coming through. You can still see some redness on my cheeks a little bit. So I'm going to take 1 extra pump and I'm just going to pretty much put it where I maybe need a little bit more coverage. So on my chin, on that blemish, and then on my cheeks where a little bit of the redness is still coming through. And then I'm just going to blend that in with the sponge, per usual. So that is when it's all blended in. You can see that the redness went away a little bit, but you can still see like the blemish on my chin. It's not going to cover that up. So I'm just taking whatever is left on my hand and I'm going to put that on the rest of my face. So my entire face now is covered with 3 pumps of the product. So 3 full pumps. That's what I use to get the coverage that you see when I'm done blending it in. That's the amount of product that I use. And again, it's not going to cover up what's on my chin. I had to go in with like concealer and stuff like that. But you can see that it's like it can be a light to medium coverage. It builds really well. Obviously, the coverage is going to look different if you have more like skin things. Like if you have problematic skin or you have a lot of scarring or acne, it's going to look way different on you than someone who has like really nothing to cover up. But this is what it looks like. You can see everything is really evened out. You can still see the blemish on my chin, but for the most part, my skin is looking really even and smooth, which is awesome. Okay, so you can see, like, obviously I just applied it. You saw it happen. And yeah, my skin just looks really even and smooth. Like I said a bunch of times, it's light to medium coverage. So obviously if you put a thinner layer on, light coverage. If you build it up, it builds to about a medium. Again, if you have big things to cover up, if you have a lot of acne or a lot of scarring or a lot of pigmentation, I don't think it will cover that up. I think you'll have to either spot conceal with a concealer or maybe this foundation isn't for you. But I just knocked my desk. Me personally, I don't have a lot of skin things to cover up. Like this is weird that I have like this pimple down here. Like I don't even know if you can see it because I did have to go in. I went in with concealer and like covered it up. But I don't typically get like a lot of, I don't typically get like a lot of, skin things to cover up. Like this is weird that I have like this pimple down here. Like I don't even know if you can see it because I did have to go in. I went in with concealer and like covered it up. But I don't typically, I don't, technically, no, I don't typically get like a lot of, skin things to cover up. Like this is weird that I have like this pimple down here. Like I don't even know if you can see it because I did have to go in. I went in with concealer and like covered it up. But I don't typically, I don't, Acne. I did have a lot of acne, but I don't anymore. So that's that. I just pretty much get like red. My face is red, so I get like red cheeks and stuff. So that's what I'm looking for as far as like coverage wise. That's all it really has to do. So that's where I'm coming from. Like I said, buildable. It's like a semi-matte finish, I would say. Semi-matte to skin-like. It's not dewy. It's not going to be like glowy, but it's not super matte and like flat looking. It's just like a really natural finish, which is great. Like, I love that. Sometimes I'm like, ooh, like, let's look super dewy and like hydrated, but then I'm like, it just like, I feel like it just melts off my face. So, but this is, like I said, like semi-matte, natural looking, really great. If I'm looking down, I'm looking at my notes in case you were interested. It doesn't look cakey, I find. Like, even if I build it up, like I said, I had 3 pumps, like pretty much like 2-ish layers, 1.5, 2 layers. It doesn't look cakey at all, which is amazing. It sits well under powder. I've never had powder look cakey or heavy on top of it. It's not a heavy looking foundation, which is also great. It has wonderful staying power on my skin personally. My skin is pretty normal. I have pretty normal skin. If I get oily at all, it's like on the sides of my nose, sometimes around here, and I have like this little dry patch right over here, but that doesn't really, like, nothing really, that doesn't really affect anything. But so like oily wise, I kind of just get oily right here, maybe a little bit on my chin, but I do powder all of my foundations. Like, I powder everything. I'm not sort of like just leaving anything to chance. If you didn't want to powder this, it does set down pretty well. If you have like a thin, like light coverage layer on, you could probably be okay with it. But the more you build it up, obviously the more tacky it's going to get, the less it's going to dry. So, I mean, either way I powder it, but you know, up to you. Do whatever you want. But I find that, yeah, it just has really great staying power. I can wear it all day, and it'll still look good at the end of the day. If it's wearing down, it wears down evenly. There's no breakdown, like it doesn't like separate on my skin. It doesn't do anything like weird like that or start to look cakey or gross. It just, if it's wearing down, it's wearing down in like an even manner. And also like my smile lines, I have pretty deep smile lines and everything sinks into them. It's not like everything sinks into them. This included, it does, like if I'm looking right now, like I can see it in my smile lines. However, by the end of the day, it hasn't like, or like even throughout the day, it hasn't like continued to sink into my smile lines and make them look like cakey and gross. It sort of just like evenly wears away from that area. So they don't look really bad by the end of the day. Like, they look fine. They actually probably look fine later, like better later in the day than right after I apply it, which is awesome. And yeah, it just like, it wears gracefully throughout the day, which is honestly all I'm looking for. I don't need it to like last from like 6 a.m. to 8 p.m., like 14 hours. I don't need my makeup to last that long. Honestly, where am I going? Not a lot of places. I don't go, I'm not saying like I don't leave the house. That sounds crazy. But like, I don't go to work. I'm not like out every day where I need my makeup to last. Like I sit here, I talk to a camera, and then we go to the grocery store and I wear a bright lip and sometimes a really bold smoky eye to Costco. That's what this is. But I think just like if you just needed a foundation that lasts, then this is good. Like I really like it. And I really like it. And I really like that it's $6. Also, I checked online like before I started doing this. I'll link everything down below. I mean, not everything. I'll link this. But this shade, the light ivory shade, the lightest shade, is still out of stock. It's been out of stock for a while because I feel like they brought it out and people were like, ugh, and then a bunch of people bought it, and now it's out of stock still. So if you want to get your hands on it, just like sort of keep an eye and see when it comes back in stock. You might be able to do like an email thing, so like you can get an email when it comes back in stock. I looked at Target. I think I looked at Target, and I didn't see it in the store. This specific color. I can only find it on E.L.F's website, at least me, right now. So if you were interested, then that. But it is out of stock currently, so if you were waiting for it, make sure you just keep checking for it. But overall, yeah, this video is way longer than it needed to be, but I just really think it's a great foundation. Again, it's $6. You can find it at the drugstore. The shade range isn't great, but if you can find your shade, then I would recommend trying it because honestly, it's $6. So if you have the $6 to spend, try it. And if you don't like it, then it was only $6. And if you do like it, then it's only $6. And you can use it all the time. But yeah, if you have any other questions, I'm making sure I like didn't forget anything. I don't think so. If you have any other questions about it or anything specific, things I didn't mention, anything else, please leave them down below. I'd be more than happy to answer your questions. If you have any other questions in general, I'll be more than happy to answer them if they are appropriate. Not that I'm getting a whole lot of inappropriate questions, or a lot of questions ever, but if you have any, I'll be more than happy. More than happy. Oh my lord, I need to eat something. If you have any questions, I'll be more than happy to answer them. But that's going to be it for this video. If you are new, I will leave the subscribe button right over there for you. Please subscribe, it will help me. And also, I'll leave my latest video up there for you if you're interested. But I hope you liked this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys!